So as you can imagine, from the work that I've described till now, human psychology and understanding human psychology and incorporating that into our equation is really important. So in that regard, what kind of relationship should the robot project towards the user is also very important. That's the core reason why I'm a little against of having robots as a tutor or like a superior when we are using robots as a educational tool, because there are only little things that a robot can actually do and do well, and a lot of times when the robot is projected as a peer, children treat them as a peer, right? One of their friends, and then they become to understand if the way the robot acts, right? For example, like speech recognition. The speech recognition has come so far that is actually we can use it and embed it in our robots. But the child speech recognition is also a different problem, because most of the speech recognition data set is built on adult speech, and recognizing child speech because their language model is also more broken than the adults' language models. And there's tons of other issues of doing a reliable child speech recognition. But when robots are projected as a peer, when the robots sometimes like fail, they understand, right? Because they also sometimes make mistakes, and they understand the robots can also make mistakes. And by that, so that we present the robot as a peer, it actually gives the robot a little leeway in terms of what it can do. But more importantly, this peer-influenced learning is a really powerful mechanism of learning anything. So I give you one thing, you give me one thing, and by having the child take this role as sometimes they themselves are teaching a robot, right? The robot can ask for help, the robot can ask questions to the child, and now is their moment to teach the robot. And from that, especially my PhD work was on a robot that always like learns from the child. So I was using learning from demonstration technology to like learn from child demonstration for a robot to learn new skills. But in turn, what that provided the robot towards the education goal was the robot was able to analyze, comparing different student model from the children's, and see what this child is good at and what the other child is good at, and using that information to develop a new interaction, right? It could be like a mediating agent between the two children, or it could be a robot that presents a different task for this particular child. The child can practice on their skills where they lack. So that actually gives the child a way better engagement when they are actively teaching the robot as well. So we are getting into this new domain of living with AI. So we are actually living with AI technologies like Google Home, Amazon Alexa, and our first family robot, Jibo. And we wanted to study what difference or what like similar functions they want from different voice agents. Because we believe that Jibo is different in that it comes with a physical embodiment. It comes with a character, versus what Google Home and Amazon Echo is shooting for is an ambient intelligence, right? Ambient agent that is surrounding your environment. And so we started by looking at how people interact with different agents and what people expect from these different agents, and what that entails us as a design principle that will help us build a better social robot technology. So what we found from our survey was that what people want is this agent, not just like getting information from these agents, that's like a basic functionality, but they wanted the robot to be engaging with them. For example, suggesting what they can learn new, or providing entertainment, or providing social relational support. Not as in a way that robot like fails for you, because robots don't, but more like understanding the user's state and helping them staying connected with others. And agent technology like social robots are really is a really good technology that can facilitate that. So our research is now getting these design guidelines, and we are shooting for those different directions in how to develop like better social relational AI between to support the user and robot long-term interaction, as well as like incorporating other technology, like other sensors that surrounds the user's environment, and then monitoring and helping, basically gathering those information to predict the user states and what action the robot should provide in a better way.